the marriage is not always the artistic, are shorter. How you explain such a long time together?
Well, marriage is a good description because, like every marriage, it has its ups and downs. But you know, you try to go the distance, and I think with Depeche Mode, you know, there's a lot of life inside that time that we've been together, and life experiences as well as making music together. So, you know, I think we've come to a place now, we know each other very well. We know our strengths, we know how to work together in the studio, and we try to enjoy what we do.
I think that at the beginning you were writing music for people of your age. Now, when you write the new songs, you still think of people of your age or younger? Or?
Well, I think of my age, and I think, you know, the same really is like the last question. You know, you write and record me. It comes from experiences, experiences that you spend in this world that we live in, and people you meet, relationships you have, your views on how your place in life. I think all this stuff goes into songs somehow. Maybe not. Maybe it's not something you sit down and think about, but it comes out if you write honestly, and you really, any form of art, when you know, express yourself honestly. It comes through, I think, and in music too.
So when you think about Italy, because for sure you have already been in
Yes.
Italy, and you are going to have 2 concerts in Italy. So what were your experiences in Italy? What do you remember of?
I expect fantastic things, because always in Italy it's been a place where we've always gone, and always the concerts have been a huge celebration. And personally, I really like Italy. You know, I love Milan, and I love the food, and I love Italian people. I think they're very warm and express themselves from their heart, you know. I like that. You know, my wife is Greek, and so it's not so far away in the feeling and the emotion, and you know, I like that.
And is there any reference to Italy in your new songs, or the Mediterranean, as you were saying?
Not directly, no. I mean, we don't sit down and write about particular countries, but you know, like I said, you know, the music expresses, I think, where we are, or individually. If I write songs and Martin writes songs, so I can only speak for myself, but I know that the songs that I write come from situations and emotions that I'm feeling in any particular time, but in the present. So I try and reflect on that, and I also try and reflect in my writing on maybe the place that I want to be, or the person I would like to be, or you know. I think this, you know, comes across in the lyrics, but musically, it's a combined effort, you know, of different musical styles, different influences, anything from really early blues records like Muddy Waters and John Lee Hooker to modern day records by The Knife and Fever Ray, and so, and I use those 2 references because someone who's been involved in their music, Chris Berg, who played keyboards and works in the studio with us on this record, he was involved in both those bands, and he brought something very fresh and new to the sound, I feel.
What would you say to a young kid who has the dream to be like you, a singer, a musician, that want to develop a career in this field?
I would say go for it, follow your dreams, because you know, I think you know, if you have an idea for doing something, and you know, you have the opportunity, you have to grab it. Life is short, you know. Don't spend too much time talking about it. Do it, you know.
there is a great debate today about what's Europe, what's the identity of Europe. You feel like a European artist? Is there an identity of Europe from your this point of view?
I don't think about things like that. Artistically, I don't identify myself as anything really. European artist, or I don't know what that means really. I work with what I have, and that's the best you can do. You know, something I've learned about making music over the years is there'll be something else. It might not be what you think it's going to be, but there's always something else. But you have to allow yourself to be open all the time as an artist, I think, to be surprised and also to be inspired. You have to leave yourself open to those things. I don't like to shut off any creative ideas. If someone has an idea, and especially if we're working as a group in the studio, if someone has a creative idea, then let's follow it. Let's follow the idea. It may not come to anything, but you have to encourage creativeness. To me, it's the most important thing in the world.
That's the word, as you were saying, because you sell all over the world. So, but at the same time, every place has its own identity. As you were saying, making a concert in Italy is not the same thing that somewhere else.
Yeah.
So, how you combine the...
Well, you know, music, you know, I've said this before, but music does unite people. From all, what I understand to be the truth is, when we go to all these different countries in the world, whether we're in Eastern Europe or in the West or in Australia or Japan or in the USA, or it's the music unites people. It's a commonality between people, that we can be very different kinds of people, but we may enjoy the same kind of music, whether it's classical or rock or whatever, but a particular band. There is no limitations on that. It's not about politics, it's not about religion, it's not about separating yourself from somebody else. It's about feeling a community. I think music can do that. It's a very powerful thing. It brings people together.
And what do you think of the fact that today people listen to music through mobiles, through internet, not with the old tools? Is changing your life?
Well, I can only speak for myself. I do both. I listen to digital music, I listen on my iPod, and at home I listen to records. I have a record player, and I like to listen to music like that. You know, I like to put a record on the record player, which lots of people won't even know what that is, but listen to one side of that record and then get up and turn it over. I like to look at the artwork and read the lyrics, and so maybe that's old-fashioned, but you know, it's interesting. My kids, I have two sons, and one of my sons, Jimmy, he's 20, and he really likes listening to vinyl records. It's like he listens to music digitally, but he likes to sit and put a record on the record player and listen to it. I think that's an interesting thing in this day and age, because everything moves so fast and things come and go, and we have so much information that just at the tip of our fingers. You don't have to work so hard anymore to find out information or to hear things, but what you do have to work at is taking it in, because every day we want something new, some new news, some gossip, some this and that, and we can get it very fast. But do we really slow down enough to listen, to take something in? I don't know. I try to do that. I think that's a challenge these days.
So, just last question. You spoke about your son. You're playing music together. We can hope.
Do we play music together?
Yes.
No, not really. I mean, both my sons and my daughter are interested in music, but different kinds of music. So But my son, one of my sons, Jimmy, he works in my studio. He goes to my studio sometimes, works on music that he's interested in.
Thank you.
Thank